Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day. And I am in La Mesa today, and I'm here to fluff up some pots. These pots were planted almost 2 years ago, and they have run amok. Now, the agave Lofantha quadricolor looks great. A little trick of the trade when you have a potted agave or aloe is every week or two, give it a little quarter turn. That helps keep the plant upright and keeps the shape looking more uniform 360 degrees. Now, these two guys, I am going to pull out the sticks on fire. I want to make sure that we continue to work with this plant as a cutting, because you know how big this gets and the potential that it has. So I'll pull it all out, cut off the roots, stick it back in the pot, probably change out the crassula and the portulacaria because they just look kind of tired. I'll find new places for these, maybe in the ground somewhere. And this aloe cameronii is magnificent, but the platyphylla looks rough, doesn't it? It's just kind of overgrown. So I'm thinking that I'll definitely also want to make some changes to the lower part of this pot as well. So you noticed how when I pulled everything out of the pot, it was root bound? That's another good indicator that it's time to repot, because once the roots take over and there's no more soil, the plants get thirsty a heck of a lot faster. Now, I've told you with sticks on fire that this is a plant that I like to work with as a cutting because of its potential for growth. So what I'm going to do is scratch off as much of the soil as I can off this root ball so I can see where I can cut. This feels like a good spot. So by removing most of the roots, I am going to slow down its growth exponentially, which is what I want. So technically this isn't a cutting because there's still some roots, but I really like the shape of the plant, so I didn't want to cut individual pieces off. I have done a masterful job of removing this from its root ball. I don't need to let anything harden off. I'm going to plant this in dry soil and water, and then wait until the soil is dry before I apply more. Okay, I've got a new little Portulacaria afrovariegata to start in this pot, some Sedum rubertinctum aurora, Sedum firestorm, and an aloe blue elf. All love the sun. No, I don't like the blue elf. There's too much competition, there's too much going on. I don't think we need two thrillers. So I'm gonna pop in another firestorm. We'll just repeat, and yes, right? That's pretty. The orange repeats. Much better. Now this plant has been in this pot for 2 years, and this client likes to look, but she doesn't like to maintain, and I only come once a month to water. So you can see how kind of desiccated this plant is. If I try to work with it as cuttings, it probably will not survive due to the time of year. So I'll take this home and put it somewhere in my yard, and I'll pop fresh plants into this pot in La Mesa. Sometimes a plant will not fit when you pull it out of a 1 gallon container. So just split it open, that's fine. This is Sedum adolphi, and see, it's yellow against the orange of the firestorm. So we thought it would be fun to pop it in. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take plantlets and just tuck them in amongst the platyphylla. Bloom or no bloom? In this case, I vote no, because we've got way too much going on here. With the coin plant and the sticks on fire, this is just too much. So it is absolutely fine to remove the blooms. Also, this is gonna, we talked about this is a hot spot. I would rather the energy go to the plant and the leaves than to the flowers, which will just be spent in a couple of weeks anyway. Much cleaner. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day in La Mesa, California, and full sun pots.